Ahoy there, my name's Beth, and this is the story of how I renovated my 1904 Dutch sailing barge. This week, it's ply time. Well, it's my second day of working on the boat full time. I'm off work now for 3 weeks, and it's nearly lunchtime. It's getting on for lunchtime, and I was working over the weekend, so I was really tired. I was working late as well, so I was working until like 1 a.m. And back home about 2 or something. So it was quite a tiring weekend. So then I had a day off on Monday. And then yesterday was Tuesday, and I just spent all the day kind of pottering. I went to the DIY shop to get some, or the hardware store, to get some coach screws and some strips of wood, and I shuffled things around and I kind of looked at stuff, and I didn't really get anything done at all. But I'm sort of context shifting into the project sort of full time. So the plan is to make a pattern for this first board which is going in, and then I'm going to get the 2-pack paint down, and then also paint the board when that's done. So yeah, pattern first. That was a good ramble. So slightly annoyingly, it doesn't fit on one sheet. I thought it might not, but it doesn't. So you can see the pattern kind of sits here, and then there's this long section, and then there's this section. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do it in ends. So I'm going to do 2 ends. Hopefully I can get 2 ends out of one sheet, and then I can do the middle piece, and then I can bolt it all together, and that should be okay. I can use some of the offcuts to support the back of the ply, but yeah, it's a little bit annoying. It's good that I've got a nice wide bedroom, but it's a bit annoying I couldn't get that one piece, but never mind. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get one of these sheets up onto the sawhorses, and then start to mark up what I want. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tough, but they're quite heavy sheets, but yeah, hopefully I can do that without too much hassle. Oh, that is an absolute nightmare. It's so hard to get these sheets up under the sawhorse. Blimey. They're so heavy and they're so big. that 80mm ply is it's really heavy, and it just gets stuck on everything as it goes up. But I've got it up there anyway. But blimey, Charlie. So I'm going to start transferring my patterns onto here and try and save as much wood as I can. So because the pattern has some sticky out bits, I'm just joining up the lines here and just making sure that it's a full shape. So it's cutting pretty well, but it's really hard to do it in this confined space with the sawhorses can only go in a few places and the ribs and stuff, so it's really hard work to do. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I need to do this last cut down here. So I'm going to cut with a plunge saw for all along this line, and it's cut out here as well. So of course, if I start cutting here, it's going to get to the end and it's going to start to twist and potentially fall off or nip the saw blade. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm actually not going to cut right to this edge. I'm going to start here because it's a plunge saw. It can go in here, and then I'll cut along and it'll have this little section of wood to support it. And then I can cut all the way to the end, and when I feel it go, I can just pull the blade out and stop. And then I'll just use the. In fact, what I might do is I might actually stop a bit before that, if I can work out where it is. I might stop a bit before that, so it's still got a bit of support on both sides. Then I'll take the electric saw out and get all the danger out of the way, and then I can just use the pull saw just to kind of cut the last bit. And that's probably safest, but yeah. So let's do this last cut, and we should be getting Yeah, so this is really hard work. It's not too hard cutting the pieces, and it's there's always two things that make life a lot easier. One is the proper tools, and one is the proper space to work. And this 100% isn't the proper space to work, but it's all I've got. So I could cut these outside and have a bit more space, but I just literally can't carry them. I can just about tip them over and then shuffle them up onto the sawhorses. So we just gotta work with what we've got. So anyway, they're cut out. The shapes are cut out, which is great. And all I need to do is I need to sort of nibble out these kind of little pieces which are to fit around the steels. So I'm just going to use the jigsaw for that. It doesn't have to be hugely accurate, but we'll make it as accurate as we can. And then those pieces will be cut to shape, and so we'll dry fit them, see how they go. And then today I want to cut the other piece that's in the middle that joins the two together. And yeah, so then I can cut some blanks to fit underneath, just to kind of, so I can screw through and fix all those kind of pieces together. Well, I'm standing on the floor, yes. Well, at least it will be anyway. But yeah, it looks really great. I'm really pleased. I'm going to get off it before I make it too dirty. There you go. Well, it just slotted into place as if it has always been there. It was an absolute perfect fit, and I promise that was the first fit that I tried. I didn't put it in, take a bit off. That was the first fit. So I'm really pleased. It works really well making the template first. So yeah, so now this section is cut, and this section is cut. So if you remember, I'm going to cut this piece that goes across the front, and I can cut that piece with the extra bit that I've got, that bit there, and cut it out of that piece. Another boat in the basin's having a lot of work done, so they're just moving around the corner just to avoid annoying the neighbours. So this is the section of floor that's going to have the wall on top of it. So I just made a pattern in exactly the same way as I have done for the other ones. So you might notice I've got changed because it's actually really quite cold. It's the end of August and it's cold. But anyway, we've got a really good start this week. As I mentioned, I think it takes a long time to kind of get going, but then we get our cadence up. So yeah, we're going to leave it there this week for this bit of ply, but we've got a load done and really pleased, and a load of kind of prep work. So the next time we're going to continue with the other side of the ply. So I'm going to fit the rest of the ply in. I'm going to, if you remember, I'm going to put the ply only under the walls. And then when I've got those pieces fixed down, I'm going to cut the middle sections, which is why I still haven't cut that square section out. Because if I kind of fit that square section, then I need to jiggle these boards around a little bit, then it might not fit and it's be a faff. So I might as well just wait until I've got these ones just fixed down, and then I can cut or make a template which is really accurate and get a really nice fit for that piece of wood. So so yeah, I'm going to do that. So the other thing is I need to do is so over the weekend the next plans are to cut the next bits of ply underneath the walls, to cut a bit more of the floor out, just to kind of extend the wall a bit further, and then I need to start painting things with 2-pack epoxy. So I need to do the bilge and the coat, and I need to start painting the kind of bits and bobs. The battens, I need to actually fix the flooring to the joists. That's coming hopefully on Monday. So I'd like to get ready for that. So all of the kind of bits prepped, which means I need to paint all of these kind of bits. So I'm going to do a coat of paint on the outside, on the outside on the hull, and then I'm going to take the pieces of ply outside and do them in the warm weather. The warm weather that we're hopefully getting for the next week, apparently. So it's been raining all day today. But anyway, that's probably all I'm going to get done this week, because I need to now start editing this video. So yeah. So I'll see you next week for more of the same.